Welcome. Today I'll be talking a little bit about the new MKM Yipper. It's designed by Petersen, same person who made the Lander, Lander 2, Baby Banter, Banter, so on. He said it was, in one of his videos, inspired by the Benchmade 940, which I have for comparison a little bit. But let's take a look. So what we have here. So, nice thick taco case. Manual that I will look at later. And then we got a Torx driver here, and some pretty beefy, actually looks pretty good, pretty beefy Omega springs. Now I think that this is supposed to have a lock with a bunch of different holes to adjust the tension. So this is probably just extra Omega springs that are the same. I don't think they're different tension, but I don't know for sure. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the bag. Initial look. That is some nice micromilling. I actually really like that. So it does add a little bit of ooh, nice grip too. A little bit of detail when you look closely. You can see a bit more interesting when you get close to it. It does give a nice purchase for the fingers on it. See the other side as well. So here we have the ambidextrous clip with a little clip cover to go on this side. There's two stands off on the backs. The stop pin's right there, and it looks like nice crack to it. Yeah, these are full length liners. See much milling. You do feel pretty light though, but yeah, these are not cartridge liners. These are the full length under the G10. So we have the MagnaCut blade, a little bit of billboarding in front. You know, the standard fare, what is up you guys, from Petersen right there. And yeah, looks pretty good. Let's do some initial measurements on it. With a scale, we'll get to see how it compares to my current gold standard of lightweight crossbar locks. So 2.2, nice and light, felt pretty light. My current gold standard, which, you know, might as well throw it on here too, is actually the Bostede Mini Nightshade. This is the carbon fiber with the S35EN. Love this thing. Hoping to do another video on it. This one I've been carrying for a while. It's getting a lot of pocket time. But yeah, like I said, this one nice at a 2.2. It also feels pretty skinny, like you just slip in the pocket. So let's go ahead and do a quick measurement on that. Check that I'm at 0 first. It looks like, yeah, basically just a hair over 0.4. Cool. Moving right along, let's do some basic measurements as well. So, total length and blade length. So the blade length, I would say, let's get you centered into the camera. I would call it, it's definitely under 3, maybe 2.75 effective length, a little bit over for the full blade length if you're measuring from the frontmost point. Overall length, right about 6 3/4. For pocketable length, with a pocket clip, I'd call that about 4. So it fits in there pretty nice. Let's do some size comparisons, see how they will combine. So here, let's start with some other crossbar locks. Do the two that you've kind of already seen lurking in the sides here. We have a Bostede Raccoon, Bostede Mini Nightshade. Then we'll go for the more conventional size comparisons. Spyderco next. We've got the Para 3. We've got a Paramilitary 2. And then while we're at it, just because, also throw in a Manix 2 here. The ball bearing lock. And we'll do just one more. We'll do the Ace Tribeca, also in the MagnaCut. So you can see, so the effective length, you know, you do get up pretty close to nice 3 inches here. It is a lot smaller on the grip compared to some of the others, but I do think I could probably get 4 fingers on there. Like, keep in mind, I do have giant hands, I have 2XL hands, but it actually feels pretty good. I do have a full 4 fingers on there, and I'm not like bleeding off the edge or anything, with a thumb right up on that jimping right there on the blade. It's actually a pretty good grip. Definitely can see myself doing some draw cuts. Definitely palm it to close, and there's enough space here so it won't get bit even if it's in the deep of my palm. Yeah, overall looks pretty good. So you might be wondering why this knife specifically. Well, first off, I'm a very big fan of crossbar and crossbar style locks. So let me get them all out here. Let's leave this up here, ball bearing. Got the 940. This is a Vosteed Raccoon. This, hopefully I have another video for you. I'm really enjoying it. This is the Doug Ritter in the Magna Cut, the Mini RSK. Kind of my old gold standard for everyday carry. The Benchmade Sequel 707. The Vosteed Mini Nightshade. And of course, the Yipper we're discussing. So my friend, big fan of crossbar locks. I will say that if we're going by how the tension on this feels in the box comparatively, so this one I got like 15 years ago, so I don't actually remember how tight the tension was, so I'll put it aside. But compared to my relatively new ones, I would say the RSK definitely feels like kind of the weakest, not the weakest, but the easiest to open. It's less tension right there on the Omega. Whereas these two probably, the Raccoon and the Yipper, definitely have the most tension. I actually really like that. I like a good amount of tension holding the axis lock or the crossbar lock because I don't want to feel like it's going to open in my pocket. You know, like a few like these, they haven't. You know, I can't easily edge it open. But it's just a nice peace of mind for that feeling that, yes, it's nice, tight lock on it. Probably won't come open. It's got a good thumb flick there. I don't really do the back finger flicks, but you can. I do more of the, you know, grab and pop. Palms really nicely for open. All right, now that we talked about the tension a little bit, I'd actually like to open it up and see if it does have the Kaiser clutch lock style adjustable or crossbar lock, where it does have the, you know, different holes tapped inside the liner, so you could actually change how the Omega spring affects the tension on the crossbar lock itself. So I did actually go ahead and just loosen these screws a little bit to see if they were, you know, badly glued in there. The pivot was just a little tight, probably a little Loctite on there, but all in all, not too bad. Let's go ahead and open this up real quick. This one I think had a little bit of maybe blue Loctite on there. All right, and if we open that up, yep, sure enough, there is the tapped holes. It looks like there's 4 holes there to give you different tension options. It looks like mine did ship with it set on the highest tension. I'll probably actually leave it there just because I like that extra bit of security of holding it down in the pocket because it's still a really nice, easy, you know, flick open. But it looks like you do have those options to kind of try to change the tension. I will say, though, probably taking it apart and back together to do this side will be maybe a little difficult because you will have to try to keep it all together or put it back together, because once you slip that pivot pin, the blade and the 2 sets of bearings will probably go ahead and fall out if you don't, you know, use something like a screwdriver or a cut-off Q-tip to hold it all together. But all right, that sums up the MKM Yipper, designed by Ben Petersen. Thank you for watching.